Heartwarming twist, deaf woman's life-changing moment, when a single dad with triplets sat down. Emma had always believed that her deafness was merely a detail of her life, not the entirety of it. She poured herself into her work at the local bakery, where the sweet smell of cinnamon rolls and the warmth of the oven enveloped her every morning. As the sun rose over the quaint suburban town, laughter and chatter filled the air like the scent of freshly baked bread, forming a sense of belonging that inspired her spirit. Yet, on that fateful afternoon, everything changed with the arrival of a weary stranger. Jack walked through the door, dragging behind him the weight of his world. His triplets, 3 bouncing bundles of energy, erupted into the bakery like a tornado of giggles and chaos. The lifeblood of the bakery brought Emma warmth, but Jack's burdened demeanor chilled her heart. She misread the tension in his jaw and furrowed brow as disdain, feeding her instinct to keep her distance. Here he was, a single dad probably judging her for not hearing the commotion or engaging with his kids. But then, the 3 little faces lit up, turning their attention towards her. They watched Emma as if she were an enchanting wizard, their innocent curiosity sparking an unexpected flicker of connection. They waved their hands, clumsily attempting signs they had learned, and soon laughter danced around the bakery, weaving through the flour-dusted air. The tension in Emma's chest relaxed slightly, and for a moment, it felt like the world had come together in a heartbeat. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. Just as Emma began to embrace the moment, darkness loomed over the bakery. News spread through town of a looming political scheme threatening their beloved cornerstone. Hearts sank, and fear gripped the community. Emma's pulse quickened. Her sanctuary was at risk. Jack, sensing her distress, shared his own struggles with loss and financial burdens. The weight of his story wrapped around Emma, forging an unspoken bond between them. The bakery became their battlefield. Together they set aside pride, rolling sleeves up, brainstorming ways to attract attention and save what they both knew was vital. They faced obstacles, but despite their individual vulnerabilities, they found strength in each other. Emma's baking flourished, uncovering hidden talents that could change everything. Jack learned that vulnerability could be a strength, gradually allowing others to support him in raising his triplets. As days passed, the stakes and the connection grew. Emma felt the warmth in her heart expand, while she still wrestled with the flares of doubt that popped up. Could a deaf woman, championing her independence, pair up with a grieving father, risking it all? The questions echoed in her mind, pulling her in and out of hope, yet layering her resolve to fight. The bakery was more than just a building. It was a symbol, a lifeline to their community spirit. Emma stood at the counter, hands covered in flour, as Jack's triplets played nearby, their laughter mixing with the smells of bread and sugar. The air was thick with possibility, and she felt a tremor of hope dancing just around the corner. Would they rise together, or would the weight of their pasts hold them back? Emma leaned against the counter, the rhythmic clattering of trays forming a comforting backdrop in the bustling bakery. Donning her apron, she felt the familiar mixture of calm and excitement settle in her chest. She caught a glimpse of Jack, his tall figure the anchor that grasped the chaotic energy of his triplets. They were a whirlwind spinning through the aisles, their laughter infectious and pure, as if they were determined to chase away the shadows that loomed over their lives. "Can we help, Miss Emma?" Daisy chirped, her cheeks still dusted with frosting from their earlier taste testing. The other two, Max and Leo, nodded eagerly, their wide eyes reflecting a sense of purpose. "Of course, you can sprinkle some sugar on these cookies," Emma responded with a smile, gesturing to a tray before her, the sweet aroma teasing their senses. Together they turned a mundane task into a game. The trio poured sugar like pixie dust onto the cookies, giggling when some managed to land on their noses instead of the tray. In that moment, Emma's heart warmed, melting away her uncertainties like butter in the oven. Jack watched from the side, arms crossed. He didn't just look at the children. He saw Emma too, the way her laughter flowed as they transformed the bakery into a playground of flavors and joy. Anyway, he felt that tug in his heart, a strange mix of gratitude and longing. He hadn't realized how heavy his burdens were until they started to lift, little by little, in the warmth of this bakery. But just as the atmosphere swelled with light, the news broke. A group of developers stood outside, cameras rolling, ready to unveil plans for a sleek new shopping center that would swallow the heart of the town whole. The bakery, a cherished gathering place for generations, was the cornerstone. Emma's stomach dropped. The worry etched on Jack's face mirrored her own. "Emma!" Jack called, his voice pulling her from her thoughts. "We need a plan," she nodded, the sudden urgency igniting a fire within her. "What if we do a community event? Bring everyone together, make it a celebration of who we are." Ideas flowed, swirling like frosting on a cake, threading history and connection through the foundation of their town. Jack's eyes brightened. "A bake-off, let's invite everyone to bring their best recipe." The idea resonated, and as they brainstormed, Emma felt unity surge between them, sparking something profound. Ideas flew back and forth, laughter echoing above the din. Each suggestion wove their lives closer, and she couldn't ignore the flutter in her stomach every time he caught her eye. Days turned into nights as they poured every ounce of energy into rallying the community, setting the date for the bake-off. Flyers decorated every corner of town, spreading excitement like wildfire. Jack wrestled with the fear that each step forward could lead to deeper heartbreak, while Emma clung tightly to the hope that burned bright amid uncertainty. When the day of the bake-off arrived, the bakery overflowed with families, laughter, and the intoxicating smell of baked goods. Amidst it all, Emma spotted Jack, his triplets darting around him. He looked more relaxed today, hair tousled, a smile breaking through the anxiety that often clung to him. But there, among the cheerful faces, Emma noticed a shadow near the entrance. The developers, their presence threatening the jubilation. Her heartbeat quickened. Would this event be enough to sway their plans? With a deep breath, Emma stepped toward the crowd, feeling the weight of the moment pressing against her. She needed to make her voice heard, to channel her courage into words that mattered. As she took center stage, the community was watching, and so was Jack, his gaze steadying her. What she didn't expect was the moment of silence that followed. Every ear listening, every heart beating as one. Would she find the words that could rally them all together? Emma stood under the warm glow of the bakery lights, her heart pounding louder than the chatter surrounding her. The silence felt electric, almost surreal, and for a moment, all eyes were fixed on her, expectant and hopeful. She glanced at Jack, his expression steady, infused with an encouragement that pushed her forward. Taking a deep breath, Emma spoke, her voice quivering slightly. "Thank you all for being here today. This bakery, it's not just a place to grab a sweet treat. It's a home where we can come together, where memories are baked into every loaf and cake. It's our heart." A ripple of murmurs traveled through the crowd, a shared understanding forming as families exchanged glances. It was a gathering that represented the very essence of their community, the laughter, the love, and those difficult moments they faced together. "We can't let some developers take this from us. This isn't just about cookies and flour, it's about the connections we share. Every batch of cookies tells a story, every birthday cake becomes a part of our lives." As her words flowed, her confidence grew. She could see the spark in their eyes, the feelings she expressed resonating deep within each person. "Let's show them what we can do when we stand united. Let's share our best recipes and make this bake-off not just a competition, but a celebration of who we are." The crowd erupted in cheers, hands clapping, excitement bubbling like the dough in her kitchen. Emma couldn't help but smile, the warmth of their energy wrapping around her like a cozy blanket. She glanced back at Jack, whose eyes glimmered with pride, and in that moment she knew they were truly in this together. As chaos erupted in the bakery, the triplets squealed with delight, their laughter chasing away any lingering shadows of doubt. Families began to mingle, sharing snippets of their favorite recipes and experiences tied to the bakery. The camaraderie was palpable, and Emma felt as though each joyful moment was a promise that they could fight for their beloved place together. But amidst the laughter, Emma still felt a pang of worry. Would it be enough to convince the developers? As she watched everyone rally around her, she realized their strength lay not just in numbers, but in their shared love for their community and its memories. Just as Emma started to relax, a familiar figure appeared at the entrance, the developers. They stood watching with their cameras, an air of skepticism draping around them like a cloud. The energy in the bakery shifted, fear creeping in as they took their positions, ready to document what was unfolding. Emma's breath hitched again. Would they twist this moment, snuffing out the flickers of hope she had ignited? She swallowed hard, determination igniting a fire deep within her. "Everyone, let's show them what this bakery means to us," Emma shouted, stepping forward, unable to back down. Jack stood beside her, resolute, his hand brushing against hers for reassurance. As the crowd rallied behind them, a sense of power enveloped the room. They were about to take a stand together, but as Emma prepared to speak once more, a voice cut through the air. A young woman stepped forward, tears shimmering in her eyes, her hands trembling as she clutched a tattered recipe card. "This bakery saved my family." Was this the turning point they'd been hoping for? Emma could feel her heart racing. The moment had shifted. Would the voice of one be enough to spark a change in all? The room went quiet, the bustling sounds of chatter fading into soft whispers. All eyes shifted to the young woman, her vulnerability palpable. Emma felt a tug at her heart, a knot forming. The weight of the moment pressed down on her, yet she stood firm, sensing that this was indeed a crucial juncture. "Please share your story," Emma prompted gently, hope flickering in her chest. Taking a shaky breath, the woman stepped forward, her voice trembling. "My name is Mia. A year ago, things were hard. I was a single mother with 3 kids, barely scraping by." She unfolded the worn recipe card, holding it up as if it were a precious artifact. "This is my grandmother's chocolate chip cookie recipe. Every time I made these cookies, it reminded my kids that even in tough times we had each other, and we had our memories." The bakery remained silent, absorbed in Mia's memories. The struggle, the love, the warmth of those simple cookies. Emma could see several people in the crowd wiping tears from their eyes. "This bakery was our escape," Mia continued, her voice gaining strength. "One day I brought the kids here and they were so happy. They felt safe, loved. This place, it became our home away from home. Our lives got a little brighter because of it. I can't imagine it being gone." At that moment, a ripple of realization spread through the crowd, like a gentle wave embracing the shore. Emma felt every heart drawing closer, unity blossoming through shared experiences. As Mia stepped back, Jack gave Emma an encouraging nod. He understood the shift too, the impact of one voice echoing in the hearts of many. It was infectious and invigorating. Emma took a breath, her voice rising above the hushed tone in the room. "Let's hear more. How has this bakery touched your lives?" One by one, individuals shared their stories, opening up with unparalleled honesty. A retiree spoke of the friendships sparked over coffee. A young couple recalled their first date at the bakery. The room filled with laughter, tears, and a sense of belonging that vibrated through the air like a sweet symphony. As the stories unfolded, the developers observed with an intensity that felt both uncomfortable and uncertain. Emma could see their skepticism slowly melting away, replaced by unease. They were witnesses to a deeply rooted community, a tapestry of lives woven together by flour and love. "See? This," Emma gestured to the crowd, her heart racing. "This is what you can't put a price on. This is real. We're not just fighting for the bakery, we're fighting for our community. We refuse to let the developers erase our memories." "Amen!" someone shouted from the back, and cheers flared up once more. The energy crackled in the room, filling every corner with renewed hope. But just as the tide seemed to swing in their favor, the lead developer took a step forward, adjusting his tie. His calculated demeanor returned. "We appreciate your stories, but we're here to make a living too. This is business." Emma's heart sank momentarily, the tension rising. Was it all slipping away? Sweat collected at her brow as she steadied herself. her determination reinvigorated. True, but so is community, she countered fiercely, her voice steady. Every cookie we bake, every cupcake we frost, tells a story that can't be replicated by profit margins. As the crowd rallied behind her once more, something stirred within Emma, an unyielding resolve. But what came next would depend on whether they could turn the tide at this moment. Were they strong enough to face the looming challenge? And when would the developers finally understand the true meaning behind their shared love? The energy in the room turned electric as Emma's words hung in the air. Hope wrapped around the crowd, pulling them closer, but the lead developer stood unfazed, his sharp gaze scanning the room as if measuring its worth. Emma felt the tension of the moment rise like steam, thick and heavy. She inhaled deeply, wanting to push back against the looming threat, but suddenly a new figure caught her eye. A man walked in, his 3 little girls fidgeting at his side, their expressions mirroring the wide-eyed excitement of being in a bustling place. He had an air about him that felt instantly warm, like a gentle hug on a cold day. Emma recognized him. Tom, a single father who frequently visited the bakery. "Dad, can we get cookies?" one of the girls piped up, her eyes as bright as the neon sign overhead. Before Tom could answer, he froze as if the weight of the moment pressed on him too. The crowd started to whisper, sensing a shift, and Emma could see his apprehension. With a soft but steady voice, Tom said, "We come here every week. It's tradition. I lost my wife a few years ago. My girls, they needed a place to feel like they still had family, and the bakery gave us that." His words seemed to cascade through the audience, illuminating the very essence of their shared fight. "Every time we eat a cookie here, it reminds us that even though life is tough, we have each other." He paused, looking at his daughters with love. "And this bakery is a part of that. It's home." Emma watched as the crowd began to lean in closer, captivated by Tom's honesty. His little girls looked around in wonder, their innocent eyes searching for connection. The room felt less like a battleground now and more like a family reunion. One of Tom's daughters clutched her father's hand tightly and whispered something to him. He bent down, leaning in closer, his heart in every gesture. "They want to tell their story," he said, looking up. "Is it okay?" Emma nodded, her heart pounding with excitement. One by one, the little girls stepped forward, their small voices tinged with shyness and determination. "Hi, I'm Lily. Sometimes we come here and we pretend we're princesses in a castle. And I'm Mia, just like the other lady. I love the strawberry shortcake," the other chimed in, her words tumbling over one another. The third, with curly hair bouncing, simply added, "We love it here." Their innocence wrapped around the audience like a warm blanket. Emma watched as the developers shifted uncomfortably, the palpable impact of the children's simplicity leaving them speechless. "This is why we can't let it go," Emma said, feeling a surge of emotion. "This bakery isn't just a place to eat, it's a sanctuary, a place for memories, laughter, and love." As the audience erupted in supportive murmurs, Tom straightened up, his cheeks flushed as if he suddenly realized the strength of their unity. "Can we all stand together?" he asked, looking from the developers to the audience, his voice steadying. "Can we show them what this place means?" Their chorus of yes rang through the room like a symphony, invigorating Emma's spirit. They lined up, mothers, fathers, children, and strangers, a blurred line between their paths, now intersected by the bakery's warmth. Yet just as they united, the lead developer raised an eyebrow, a hint of challenge in his stance. "This is touching, but it still doesn't provide proof of profit." Emma felt a flash of fear, yet she held on to the warmth of the crowd's unity, daring to believe that maybe they had something stronger than mere dollars. But would that be enough? And more importantly, could they bring the developers over to their side in time to save their beloved bakery? The air shifted as the crowd held its breath, all eyes darting between Emma, Tom, and the lead developer. Emma could feel sweat prickling her brow. She glanced at Tom, who had just stepped into this moment filled with hope. The girls stood proudly by his side, their tiny bodies brimming with determination that shone through their bright eyes. Tom straightened his shoulders as he met the developer's steely gaze. "It's not just about profit," he declared, his voice calm but firm. It's about community. For us, this bakery is more than a place to grab something sweet. It's where we found solace and laughter after heartbreak. Imagine all the stories here. An elderly woman chimed in, her voice quaking a little. I've baked cupcakes here for my grandkids since they were born. This place was there for me when I felt lost after my husband passed. It gave me purpose. The developer shifted uncomfortably, but his eyes softened. Emma seized the moment. Please, let's hear more stories. We're not just asking you to save a building, we're inviting you into our lives. Let us show you what this bakery means. One by one, people began to share their experiences. A young couple spoke of their first date over coffee and pastries, another family who had celebrated milestones with their favorite cakes, and a teenager who revealed how the bakery provided a safe haven during tough times at school. Each story cast a spell over the crowd, weaving a tapestry of shared memories, laughter, and tears. Emma felt her heart swell with a mix of emotions: love, anger, hope. They were fighting for something much deeper than just a building. They were fighting for the essence of their community, the ties that bind them together. But the lead developer remained skeptical. These are touching stories, he admitted, but I still need actionable data. I need to know if this bakery can sustain itself. His words pierced the emotional atmosphere like a cold wind. Emma's heart sank for a moment, but then she felt an unexpected surge of strength. Data comes from the people who love this place, she shouted, drawing on the collective energy of the crowd. Let's do this together. We can organize events, create a community fund, whatever it takes. Suddenly, a little hand tugged at Emma's sleeve. It was Lily, Tom's youngest daughter, eyes wide and fierce. We can make this place even more special. My friends can help bake. We can have a princess cookie day. Her innocent enthusiasm triggered a ripple of laughter and cheers throughout the room. The collective spirit shifted again, and Emma smiled. She could see others scribbling ideas on napkins and balance sheets being pulled out. And just like that, momentum began to build. Ideas sparked from people's hearts like kindling laying under the light. Cook-off events, bake sales, community dinners. The sheer potential hung deliciously in the air. Yet amidst the jubilant atmosphere, the lead developer remained unchanged, watching their excitement with a measure of scrutiny. Emma could feel his challenge lingering, as if he held the key to the future of the bakery in his pocket. Suddenly a figure moved through the crowd. It was Michelle, another regular at the bakery, her hands raised as she cleared her throat. Emma felt her heart race, sensing something monumental was about to happen. I have an idea that might just do the trick, Michelle began, locking eyes with Emma. What could it be? Emma felt a blend of fear and anticipation swirling inside her. Was this the moment that could shift everything? Or would it be another dead end? The room hushed as everyone turned their focus on Michelle, their collective hope resting on the edge of her lips. Michelle took a deep breath, her lips curving into a smile. What if we turned this bakery into more than just a place for baked goods? What if every week felt like a mini festival? Her eyes sparkled with excitement. We could have themed nights, like Taco Tuesday or Throwback Thursdays with retro desserts from the 80s. Imagine it, a crown of children's laughter filling the air. A murmur rippled through the crowd, breaths held in anticipation. The lead developer raised an eyebrow, intrigued despite himself. Michelle continued, gaining momentum with every word. We could partner with local farms for fresh ingredients and invite local musicians to play. Let's not just be a bakery, let's create a hub where everyone feels at home. Emma felt a surge of warmth light up her heart. This was it. This could be the spark they needed to ignite something special. She glanced at Tom, who wore a broad smile, nodding enthusiastically. The air thickened with possibility. Maybe we could host cooking classes for the kids, Tom chimed in, excitement bubbling in his voice. Just imagine them getting their hands floury, crafting their own treats. It could teach them skills and build friendships. There's also the option of pay-what-you-can days, added an older gentleman from the back of the crowd, his voice steady. That way, no one is turned away, regardless of their financial situation. We can really build a community spirit that way. Cheerful chatter erupted once more, ideas flying around like confetti. Each suggestion brought more energy, igniting faces with hope and determination. But Emma couldn't shake the feeling of the developer's scrutiny. Would he be swayed by their enthusiasm? The bakery could become a community incubator, Michelle continued, her voice rising above the chatter, a place where art and culture blend with sweet treats. We could celebrate the diverse talents of our town. Local artists can display their work, and we could even host poetry nights. Poetry, murmured the lead developer, jotting something down on a notepad, if only out of curiosity. Just then Lily, feeling the filigree of excitement, jumped up. We can do a lemonade stand on hot days. I can make the best lemonade ever. Her small voice rang out, pulling laughter and pulling everyone together. Emma's heart swelled, resonating with the brilliant ideas floating around. She felt the tide of uncertainty begin to turn. What if we create a community calendar, she proposed, envisioning a tangible way to organize their plans. It could involve everyone, the artists, the musicians, the bakers. Let's make it accessible and fun. Suddenly the atmosphere swelled into something almost magical. The developer leaned forward slightly, his hardened eyes softening just a touch at the corner. Emma couldn't help but hope, but the moment froze on a dime. Someone shifted near the back, drawing all attention like a spotlight. Emma turned to see an unexpected visitor standing at the threshold, someone she recognized but never expected to come forward. It was Karen, her former mentor, the one who had walked away years ago. "Can I speak too?" Karen asked, her voice quiet yet assertive, piercing through the buzz of ideas that still floated in the air. A ripple of recognition spread through the crowd. A wave of whispers followed. Emma's heart skipped. Could Karen's presence turn this gathering into something more? Would she have the words that might carry enough weight to sway the developer? Everyone watched her intently, holding their breath once again, as Karen prepared to share her thoughts. Karen took a step forward, her expression revealing layers of emotion. Emma searched her face, tracing the lines that had once been familiar. It felt like ages since she had last seen her mentor, the woman who had introduced her to the world of baking, who had once stood beside her with flour-laden hands. "Thank you for waiting," Karen began, her eyes scanning the room, a mix of nostalgia and determination sparkling within them. "I know I haven't been around for a while, but I've always believed in the power of community. This bakery is a cornerstone of our town. It has the potential to be more than just a shop. It can be a beacon of hope." A soft murmur rippled through the crowd again as Karen continued. "When I walked away, I thought I was chasing a dream, but now I see that my true dream was always about connection. Our vibrant town deserves a space where people can come together, where they can share their joys and sorrows over food and laughter. You've sparked my heart with your ideas, and I want to be a part of this." Emma felt her heart race, the anxiety of riveted eyes surrounding them lifting, if only slightly. Karen's words were laced with sincerity, and the supportive nods from the crowd spoke volumes. There was common ground in their desires, a burning wish to create a meaningful space for everyone. "What if we also included an outreach program?" Karen proposed, her voice gaining strength. "One that provides baked goods to those who are less fortunate? It would make our purpose so much bigger than just delicious treats. We could educate children about the joy of giving." Tom's enthusiasm bubbled over. "And we can have pay-what-you-can bake sales to support that cause. People can give what they can, and all proceeds can go towards community initiatives." Every suggestion layered on top of each other, weaving a tapestry of ideas and hope. Emma couldn't remember the last time she had felt so alive and united with others, but the moment tasted bittersweet, memories of past disappointments blurring her vision. As the chatter flowed, the lead developer finally let out a low whistle, raising his hand to gain their attention. The crowd quieted, their hopes hinging on his words. "This is a lot to take in," he said slowly, a cautious smile breaking through. "But I must admit your energy is contagious. You're all very passionate." Emma held her breath. Would he lean into their enthusiasm, or would he back away, off to weigh the risks against the rewards? Before he could finish, however, a commotion erupted near the entrance door. The crowd turned, surprised to see a group of children running in, laughter spilling out into the room. They were from the neighborhood, faces bright, hands sticky from sweets. The oldest, their little leader, waved with wild enthusiasm. "Can we come too? We heard about the festival." Instantly the bakery was enveloped by their joyful energy. The developer's gaze softened further as he observed their carefree spirits. "All right," he said slowly, a grin spreading. "Let's hear more about this festival then." Emma's heart raced. The moment felt pivotal, but uncertainty still simmered beneath her excitement. They were building something special together, but would it be enough? Karen met her eyes, a reassuring smile painting her face as if she could sense Emma's doubts. "Just remember," she whispered, "sometimes the magic comes from the scars. Let's change the narrative." But as the children joined the circle, eager to share their own wild ideas, Emma couldn't shake the feeling that something unexpected was just around the corner. Could this truly transform into the heart of their community? As the conversation bounced around the room, Emma felt a shift, a powerful change in the air. The developer's face held curiosity, but would he ultimately give them a chance? Would this moment be the turning point they needed, or just another fleeting idea? A hush fell over the bakery as the children settled, their giggles swirling into whispers, a chorus of excitement. Each tiny voice, filled with possibility, somehow breathed life into the stale air of doubt. Emma watched as they animatedly shared ideas about the upcoming festival. They buzzed about pétanque tournaments, cupcake decorating contests, and games that made her heart surge. Suddenly a hand shot up from the crowd. It belonged to a single dad with a soft smile. He was juggling 3 eager triplets, each one bouncing on his knees. "I'd love to volunteer," he declared, his voice steady amidst the chatter. "These little ones can help bake, set up anything. They love to learn." A ripple of laughter and applause followed him, the kind that warmed Emma's heart. She glanced over at Karen, who nodded encouragingly. "See, every person makes a difference," she whispered. Emma felt the weight of hope beginning to lift. Maybe, just maybe, they could do this together. "What about a bake-off?" suggested another voice from the corner. It was an elderly woman, her thin frame seemingly frail, but her spirit glimmering like the dawn. "I used to run one every year with my friends. It brought us closer, and everyone always left with smiles." She paused, looking around the room. "It would be a wonderful way to gather recipes and stories." "Yes!" cheered Karen, her eyes shining with inspiration. "Stories. Everyone here has something to share. How about we have storytelling time alongside the festival? Food brings connections and every dish has a memory." The room erupted in agreement, waves of laughter and chatter rising to a crescendo, each voice blending into a beautiful symphony of hope and excitement. Emma couldn't help but smile, the shared energy lighting her spirit. For the first time in what felt like forever, she felt like they might be part of something so much bigger than themselves. But just as that thought settled in, a loud crash echoed from the kitchen. Silence fell, followed by the unmistakable scent of burnt sugar. A moment later, a comically panicked face appeared at the doorway. It was Lucy, one of Emma's friends and the bakery's apprentice, speckled with flour and sugar. Help," she called, her voice a mix of concern and feigned confidence. The concerned chatter of the audience shifted abruptly, drawing their attention to the chaos. "I think we need a few extra hands before the cream puffs turn into hockey pucks." Emma's heart raced, torn between laughter and dread. The bakery was their sanctuary, but in this moment, it seemed to be flipping into a comedy show. "Who's with me?" she called out, stepping forward, her heart pounding with the thrill of teamwork. "Who's ready to save our cream puffs?" The children erupted in laughter, but they didn't hesitate. They scrambled free of the circle, pumping their little fists in the air. "Let's go!" Together they dashed to the kitchen, the dad with the triplets trailing behind, grinning widely as he picked up the pace. As Emma watched the group move into action, excitement coursed through her. She took a deep breath and followed, sensing that this joyful chaos might just be the first step towards the heart of their community. But as they stepped into the kitchen, a strange feeling fluttered in her stomach. What if they stumbled upon more than just chaos? What if in that moment, amidst laughter and new friendships, they unearthed something truly incredible? Emma didn't know what awaited them, but her gut told her they were about to find out. And that thought ignited a spark in her heart. What awaited them in that kitchen could change everything, or maybe even reveal hidden treasures of their pasts. Together they burst into the kitchen, a whirl of laughter and color. The air crackled with anticipation as Emma led the charge, arms open wide, welcoming the chaos. Flower dust clouded the room, laughter echoed off the walls, and hope hung thick in the air. "Okay, everyone grab a whisk and let's start whipping," Emma called out, her heart racing with excitement. As the triplets and their father dove into the work, the energy became contagious. Each person rallied around a common purpose, spirit blending into flour. "Sprinkle over here and don't forget the chocolate," shouted Max, his arms flailing in glee as he tossed sprinkles. Leo ran to retrieve a bowl, while Daisy, wide-eyed with delight, carefully measured out sugar, ensuring every drop was just right. Suddenly, the lead developer appeared in the doorway, his clipboard forgotten. He couldn't help but be pulled in, watching as the children worked their magic. Emma caught a glimpse of him, noticing his expression softening, intrigue breaking through his hard exterior as the joyous chaos unfolded. She turned back to her new little team, her heart swelling with warmth. "Remember, every batch we make has a story. Make it one you'd want to share." Before long, the kitchen became a vibrant depiction of teamwork. The blend of laughter with the sweet scent of vanilla and chocolatey goodness swirled around like old friends reunited. In the corner, Tom stood by, guiding his daughters with gentle encouragement, his heart swelling with pride. Seeing their bright smiles made him realize this was more than a fight for a bakery. It was a fight for memories to be made and shared by everyone. As the cream puffs came out of the oven, the sugary waft spiraled upward, twisting like hope being born anew. Emma stood back, eyes shining, watching the children dance around, their joy turning the kitchen into something magical. But then, the door flew open once more, this time revealing more families from the community, drawn in by the laughter and scent. It was as if her earlier speech had gathered a tribe, and now they poured in like sunlight breaking through clouds. "Are we too late?" An excited voice whipped through the air, an eager neighbor ready to hop in and help with whatever chaos awaited. "No way! Join us!" Emma shouted back, waving them in. The scene transformed from a kitchen buzzing with hope to a festival of creation. Children giggled, parents exchanged smiles, and Emma couldn't help but feel the warmth of companionship wrap around her heart. Jack emerged at the doorway just in time to witness the heart of the bakery. Unity, laughter, collective effort. There she was, surrounded by people, laughter spilling over, and he felt a radiant smile spread across his face. His heart lifted with each child and parent that joined in, blending in the way they created food and memories. "Can I help with the frosting?" he asked, tossing a cheeky glance at the nearest bowl, almost daring Emma to let him dive into the mess too. The moment she met his gaze, a spark flickered within her, igniting something she didn't know she needed. Absolutely. A race to see who can make the fluffiest frosting. As flour-covered races began, time seemed to stretch and melt into flowery delight. The worries, the threats of the developers and the strain from before evaporated like steam off a freshly baked cake. They carried creations out to small tables set up outside the bakery as the first rays of evening sun streamed in, illuminating their world. Emma stood tall, surveying the scene. She saw families gathering, hands adorned with frosting and smiles painted on every face. With hearts racing and hands clasped together, they created a communal connection stronger than any concrete building. Each creation stood as a symbol, not of just sweets, but of resilience, community spirit, and the bonds that were forged in joyful collaboration. The air was thick with laughter, the children's voices now mingling with familiarity, as if they were a small army of budding bakers ready to take on the world. There would always be new challenges, of course, but they wouldn't face them alone. As dusk fell, Emma gathered everyone around, and there was no need for a microphone. "Let's not lose sight of why we're here. This is our home. Let's protect it." Applause erupted, echoing warmly through the bakery and out into the streets, drawing more onlookers who came to witness the magic unfold. Finally, the lead developer stepped forward, hand raised high. Emma saw him look around at each face, every story woven into the fabric of their community, and what poured from him next was unexpected. "You may not have the data I initially sought, but..." He paused, swallowing hard, his voice softening as the cheers of the baking team echoed around him. "You have something I didn't expect. A reason to stand together. Maybe we can work this out." Emma's heart soared. Could it be? Hope flickered beneath the weight like cake in the oven, rising ever higher. The crowd erupted with joyous cheers, kicking up the air around them into a whirl of color, flower, and promise. Jack caught Emma in his eyes, and in that moment they both understood. This was more than the bakery, it was family, connection, and a community coming alive together. So there they stood, united in their willingness to create, to fight, to rise above the obstacles ahead, crafting not just sugar treats but a legacy intertwined with a passion that would endure, forever bright in their hearts. There was work ahead, but together they could cultivate new memories to fill the bakery with laughter, love, and flavor. As the night fell, Emma knew they had built something irreplaceable, a sweet piece of home that would never fade away. And in the back of her mind echoed, "This is just the beginning." For when you let love and community take the lead, the world becomes an ever-baking paradise. This is the moment to create and build together. Now you need to subscribe immediately to capture more exclusive stories like this one. Don't wait not even one more second. Leave a like now, because your support fuels this precious community. We need to feed the algorithm. Comment below your reactions. Share your feelings about this life-changing moment. And let everyone know how it touched your heart. And share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who could use inspiration and warmth in their lives. Become part of this journey, because only true fans understand the importance of supporting our mission through your actions. Let's keep this spirit alive together.